Namaskar, I'm Indranil Banerjee, journalist and woodworker based in Greater Noida, India. As many of you would be aware that today we in India import most of the wood we need to make furniture. That's because most of our forests are very badly depleted and we don't have enough wood. So one of the places we import a lot of wood from are the Americas, especially North America. We get a large variety of woods and a large quantity of wood from North America every year. But my question was, are all these woods suitable for making fine furniture, great furniture? Is this the kind of stuff that we need to make good furniture? And what are the woods that have traditionally been used to make good furniture? To find this out, I went to a place in the United States where a great amount of very fine traditional furniture has been preserved and maintained. This is the DuPont Museum and Library in Delaware, United States. The museum is the legacy of the late billionaire Henry Francis DuPont. The sprawling 3,000-acre estate on which it is situated and the magnificent chateau which houses the collections was once home to the DuPonts. Henry Francis DuPont began converting it into a museum during his lifetime. He lovingly purchased some of the finest examples of American decorative arts objects from all across the country. Today, the museum holds the world's largest collection of American decorative art objects, including furniture. There could not be a better place to learn about traditional American furniture than this museum. I was also fortunate to meet one of the museum's curators, Professor Gregory Landry, who's had years of experience in studying, restoring, and researching period American furniture. He explained to me the types of wood used in fine American furniture in the past. By far the most coveted wood in the past was mahogany, particularly the variety from Honduras. Today, mahogany is very scarce and some of the best varieties completely extinct. In the past, though, a lot of the very best furniture like this Philadelphia chest and chest was typically made of mahogany.
Philadelphia chest on chest, 1770 thereabouts, and it is mahogany. So this is wood coming from the Central American region, being brought into the port of Philadelphia, and Catamaran has been using it. It is dark not just because of age, but the very nature of it. If you look at the inside of the drawer, see that that unfinished wood, I can get a good angle for you on that, is dark as well.
Right.
This does have a figure to it. I'm going to find another drawer maybe it has a little more. If you look, I'll kind of go back and forth, see if that comes up on the camera. But you get a mottled appearance to it, and that is very typical of some forms of mahogany. It should be clear, this is a tropical wood that has the appearance of mahogany. We haven't wood ID'd it to be confirmed, but has all the properties I would expect to find in mahogany.
Cherry is one of the woods favored by American craftsmen. I asked the professor if he could tell us a little bit about it.
Certainly. So this desk and bookcase here is all cherry. All the Sherwood is cherry. It's from Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, about 1780, 1800. And the panels here are full-width, single-board cherries. The tree is the same tree that produced the fruit, the cherry fruit. It's a diffuse porous wood, diffuse porous. The color when it ages is very much like mahogany. So the color you see here is the natural color of cherry. It carves very well. It can be shaped, as in the arch molding, to a very high detail, and it has an evenness to the grain that is like maple, but is just darker with that. So if you want to look at if it helps in the detail here, but that's a good idea of its the sharpness of carving you can get with it, and the color that you get.
So was there any period in particular when cherry was used a lot, or is it throughout the...
It's throughout. One of the things about this piece is the cherry they're using are virgin forest cherry trees, so they're very large. In the heartwood then, you might get 14, 16, 18 inches of heartwood, which is really hard to do today.
Dark walnut was another Native American wood that was highly prized for its strength and character. Professor Landry explains its properties through the example of this drawer and a pie crust table.
Yeah, that's walnut. That's walnut. You get a sense of how hard it can be to tell sometimes the difference. But that is a semi-ring porous wood. That is walnut with an old finish on it, so it's a bit on the dark side. Wow. There's a richness, I guess, to the walnut, to your earlier question about why it's so valued, a richness to it. When finished well, that just gives a lot of character and personality to a piece of furniture. Highly figured, and this is probably the end of a crotch being up here somewhere. There's some tangential part of the wood here, but that is a delightful piece of walnut. It's really quite flat, remarkably so. Let me see if not much to see on the back side of it. Just a little darker, perhaps there. It's colored. You can see some of the characteristics of the walnut here. That semi-diffuse porous. But takes a turning very well. It's and carves and shapes well, as in the feet here. So a ring porous wood is going to be any wood that has a high concentration of your vessels in the early growth ring. So as the tree is growing and the cycle starts, this is particularly true with woods in a temperate zone, you'll have big, thick growth rings or vessels, and that would be typical of oak, ash, hickory, chestnut, those woods, and that's a ring porous wood. So at the beginning of the ring, very porous, end of the ring, it's very dense. A diffuse porous wood, which will be largely your tropical woods, the growth pattern is consistent. It doesn't change. So your vessel size is the same throughout. So diffuse porous, your pores are distributed diffusely throughout the wood. And walnut is right between the two. And that's one thing that distinguishes it. It is semi-ring porous or semi-diffuse porous.
Curly maple with its distinctive stripes is another American favorite. Unlike the other woods, maple is light in color but ages to a wonderful golden honey color over the years. While these four woods were the top choice of American cabinet makers of the past, they are not the only great woods suitable for making fine furniture. There are other excellent woods we can use in fine furniture making, such as white oak, a lot of which we import incidentally, and yellow cedar from Canada, and so on. But the bulk of timber that comes from North America is construction grade lumber, not really meant for furniture at all. It is best to be discerning when buying wood for making objects that are intended to last a lifetime and beyond. History is a great teacher. In the case of wood too, we can minimize our mistakes if we let the past guide us. There's a wealth of knowledge lurking in the works of long-gone craftsmen. We only need to seek. The answers will tumble out. Good luck.